Welcome to the Free Spirit Tarot. I am Poetry. You are here for another journey through the tarot cards, my intuitive journey through the tarot cards. And we are on the Wheel of Fortune card, sometimes called the Wheel of Fate, and in this case, also just called the Wheel. This also is one of my least favorite cards to interpret because the meanings from the images in comparison to the guidebook definitions are sometimes very contradictory to me. I have 6 cards here today instead of 5 because each of these cards seem so different to me when we come to the imagery and the images itself, what they can mean as far as an interpretation. So if you're new to this channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button on the video so I can know that you are interested in this commentary. Again, what I'm doing is walking through all 78 cards in the tarot deck, and I'm showing you how I view different cards using my intuition. If for some reason that you are interested in trying to use intuition yourself, this may help you just to see how another person may do it. Or if you're just interested in how I read and how I come up with my answers when I'm doing a reading for you on this channel or for you personally, this is the moment for you at this time. So again, we're on card number 10, which is actually the 11th card in the tarot deck. But it's called the Wheel of Fortune. And the reason why I say that this is kind of like contradictory to itself, let's take a look here first. I'm going to jump directly to these 3 here. These 3 here show a ship's stern wheel. Okay, a ship's stern wheel is usually used to control the course in which you're traveling. Okay, to help you steer clear so you won't veer off track. But the term Wheel of Fortune suggests that this is all based off of luck and off of chance, which is so contradictory to what the ship's steering wheel would do for you. Even in this particular image, how the dung beetle is presented there, the dung beetle uses the stars and the Milky Way to help navigate its course, and it's always continuously going on a straight course. But again, the Wheel of Fortune, the word fortune means luck or chance. Okay, so when I've seen decks that had Wheel of Fate, that makes a little bit more sense to me because the fate is a predetermined course. It's already designed for you to go this way in life, and a lot of people feel that way about religion, that it is predestined for you to end up where you end up. But yeah, so that's one of the reasons why this is not one of my favorite cards to interpret. This card here, I said, is my favorite Wheel of Fortune card out of any deck that I've ever seen. I mentioned that in another video. And that's because it's like the game show Wheel of Fortune, where you got to spin the wheel and see where you're going to end up. You never know what you're going to get. So your course may not be straight. Your direction to get there may not be straight. You may have to veer off the path in order for you to arrive at this destination. And you never know what's going to happen along the way. Okay, but let's start off with looking at these cards with an intuitive lens. This Wheel of Fortune card here is from the Cosmic Cycles Tarot. The Ferris Wheel. The Ferris Wheel, I used to love this as a kid because it could take you from ground levels up to higher heights, give you different perspective of things. So it allows you the opportunity to see things in a different way. You really don't have a choice where you stop, because sometimes the steering wheel, the wheel stops down here at the bottom to let somebody off, and you never know where you're going to end up. So you never know what perspective you're going to be looking at things from. Sometimes you may get stuck on a thing altogether. I did. I was at Six Flags. I want to say I was about 5 years old. My mom talked me into going on the Ferris wheel, and we got stuck at the top of that mug for over an hour. So this particular card, it puts me in mind of spinning in circles and not going anywhere. having to stay in a place for a long time before you get to your final destination. And this person right here is choosing to go on that ride. They have 2 tickets to ride. Okay. But yeah, they really don't know where they're going. They don't really have a destination in mind. They're just spinning in circles and hoping to see what they can see. And that's what I see with this particular Wheel of Fortune card. She's making a choice to ride in this particular case, and just hopes she gets to experience some type of joy. Sometimes it may be fear. Like as I've gotten older, I don't know, I've developed an irrational fear of heights as I got older, because on a Ferris wheel, especially when you're at the top, you can feel the movement, you can feel the swaying. And that's a lot of times what can happen in life is that you you get tossed back and forth, or you sway just a little bit, but you still try to stay on the course as best as possible. This wheel is so secure. If it rolls off, it could kill you if it comes undone. But yeah, that's one of the main things I see in here, is that she's choosing to take that ride without knowing where she's going to end up, what she's going to see, what she's going to experience. Doesn't even know if she's going to be afraid to get to the top. And it also signifies to me that there is what's that phrase? Started from the bottom, now we're here. You're going to always start from the bottom here and rise to the top. But sometimes you have to come back down and be reminded of where you've been or where you started from. This particular Wheel of Fortune card is from the Everyday Witch Tarot. Yeah, this is definitely all about choice. If I look at this card, usually what I focus on first is what I see as a center point for your actual reading. So we have the house, we have the heart, we have education or books, we have marriage, commitment, relationships, we have the sun, new, fresh beginnings, we have the star signifying hope, we have medical, your good health, and then we have a treasure pot of gold, fortune, wealth. So you never know what life is going to throw at you. Okay. This wheel is basically a symbol of life. You spin that wheel and you have to deal with the things as they come. Okay. You always have the curious cat down here playing. He's playing what look like dice to dice. When you roll the dice, you're taking a chance. That's one of the key phrases of rolling the dice, is actually taking a chance, not knowing what you're going to get. And that's what I love about this one, because it for me, it really signifies what the Wheel of Fortune would be. It's like the closest one that I can see that signifies what the term itself, Wheel of Fortune, would be. You never know what you're going to get. You have to just take a chance. Okay. This Wheel of Fortune here, this one is from, which one is this from? Look at the back of it. Edgar Allan Poe Tarot. This is from the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot. And this one highlights to me what the dung beetle does. Like I say, it has a little compass on the back of the dung beetle. We have all the astrology signs here around the rim as well. And like I say, the dung beetle navigates its course by using the stars in the Milky Way. And inside the stars is constellations, and the constellations will represent these zodiac signs and things here to tell us where we're going to go. The crows, although the crows are really just like kind of highlighting Edgar Allan Poe itself, but the crows are also messengers, and the crows can also guide you on a course to take you where you need to be. A crow can leave, go somewhere, and come back, and will always remember the course in which it traveled, and it will always find you. Okay, the dung beetle itself, the dung beetle symbolizes to me strength as well, because as small as of an insect it is one of the most strongest insects ever. It can handle over 1,000 times its own body weight as far as moving things and dragging you and things like that. The dung beetle also on this particular card, it signals to me that we're trying to clean up the shit in our life, because that's what basically a dung beetle does. It eats up the waste. It reduces pests. It reduces parasites around its area. It eats shit for breakfast. That's a literal saying. It eats shit for breakfast. So yeah, but I don't see how that relates to the Wheel of Fortune, because the dung beetle knows where it's going. Okay, it's not just traveling all willy nilly by chance and saying, "Okay, I hope this is works out for me." It knows where it's going. The crows know where they're going. So I don't see Wheel of Fortune with this card. I don't connect the terminology with this card. Okay. This one here, it's just called the wheel. So it took out the word fortune. It doesn't include the word fate. It's just the wheel is spinning. And this one to me represents the ever-ending struggle between good and evil. Finding balance in your life. You're always going to be tempted with things, and you have to navigate, so to speak, with this wheel, the best course for you. Okay, the woman's face in the center is just representing to me, trying to find that inner peace to avoid the chaos that you're going to be cycled through over and over again. I don't know why so many damn devils down there, baby. And I don't know why the devil is represented by such ugly creatures as well, because the devil was supposed to be a beautiful angel. But here you have like the cherubs, and you have the dove signifying commitment. You have the butterflies signifying transition. Your guardian angels are watching over you. Things of that nature. You've been rewarded here. Um, so yeah, this is like, the stairway to heaven, so to speak, or you making choices that's going to send you to the fiery pits of hell. Okay. This particular one, although I believe it is a beautiful card, I it almost represents the typical Rider-Waite meaning for the Wheel of Fortune card, having the 4 seasons represented in the corner, but it usually has the elements, and I don't know if those elements are not. I don't know what these symbols mean. If I saw them, I wouldn't know what the hell they mean. But it's supposed to represent the seasons and the 4 elements: earth, wind, fire. Earth, wind, fire. I'm always missing one. And water. And I don't understand if these things represent that. Usually in the Rider-Waite system, there's a Sphinx on top of the Wheel of Fortune too. Here we have the blind monkey, the see no evil monkey. But usually the Sphinx will represent wisdom. It represents balance and wisdom as well. And I don't get that from this monkey. These monkeys are known to be very violent. So I don't get that. We have the snake, and then we have, I forgot what Set was supposed to be. Oh, but we have Set and we have the snake here. As far as I know, none of these represent good or evil. To me, they all seem to be symbols of evil. And so, is this wheel itself just testing your will to be a good person? I don't know. I really don't know. I do see the yin and the yang energy, the black and white energy, but I also take that as everything is not as simple as black and white. Everything is not black and white. There's some gray areas with this. I see with the coloration of the monkey here. But yeah, I don't get that this is the wheel of fate. This wheel, it actually doesn't even look like it moves. Because it doesn't have the steering, like a normal ship's wheel will be, even though I said it was a ship's wheel. This looks like this is a stand, like this is something that's not moving at all. And the monkey is not really even on the wheel, he's sitting on a shelf. So I don't get the correlation with the Wheel of Fortune from this particular card, other than the seasonal elements. I think the creator of this particular card was trying too hard to make a connection. This card here is from the Spellcasters Tarot. I forgot to mention it again. And I love the Spellcasters Tarot deck. This particular card does not seem to go with any of the other cards in the deck. It's like it was just thrown in there because they didn't know what the hell to put in. It doesn't make sense when I look at the flow of the other cards in the Spellcasters Tarot. Modern Spellcasters Tarot is the name of the deck. Last but not least, the Good Fortune Tarot. Again, I don't know the significance of the rabbits. I don't know the significance of the rabbits at all, but this is a ship's wheel that has come undone. It's in the water by itself. And there's 3 bunnies sitting about it. And this one looks like it's about to go into the water. This one looks like it's trying to run from the water. But this one looks very stoic in its where it's at. Like it's not concerned about falling off. But I do see that this, by the wheel spinning here, and we have a sea or ocean that seems to have a lot of current, that there may be, this may signify rough times, rough waters, rough sailing, especially since the ship is gone. There's an old mafia term that says that you could be swimming with the fishes. So if you make the wrong choices, if you don't do what you need to do to keep this wheel from spinning and knocking you off your game, you could be swimming with the fishes, which means that you could be dead, and then sometimes swimming with the fishes, depending on what type of fish there are, you could just be in a protective community. But these are several different types and species of fish. It's just like you swimming with the fishes, and you may be in trouble. So again, you're trying to keep your balance, trying to keep afloat so you won't be underwater. This is a fly fish. I don't know the purpose why it's flying up out the water, if it's trying to throw this bunny rabbit here off its game and knock it into the water. You may be tempted with a lot of different things coming at you, and that's what I can see here. One wrong turn could have you in troubled waters. This one here, I could see it as being of a luck, trying to stay afloat, trying to stay ahead of the game, because this wheel could very well tilt over. It could tilt to the side. It doesn't have to spin in order for you to go under. You don't know what side the danger may come from. It's not even deep in the water. It's just kind of cascading and bouncing on top. Have you ever been on like a surfboard or something in the water, and then you think that you're safe, you just bobbing, on top, and then a good wave comes in and it still tosses you? That's what could happen here. So I do see just a little bit of chance or luck happening here, and not necessarily good luck. Luck does not necessarily mean that you're always going to have good luck. So when I look at the wheel card in your reading, though, I do look at the other cards around it to help me determine whether this is going to be a good luck happening, a chance for good things to come about, or if indeed you're about to go into a bad luck situation. I don't normally read reverses, but normally that's what they try to tell you, is that the reverse of this card is a symbol of bad luck. I could just look at the card and the things around you and say, yeah, these may be a little bit shaky, with all the exception of this one. I wouldn't know what the heck is going on this one. If I was to see this Wheel of Fortune card pop up in a reading, instantly, because that's what I associate with it, I'm going to be looking at the zodiac signs. I'll be looking at the animals, see which one I pick out, see first, and then I'll be looking at these seasons and probably be telling you, well, this may be the season of your life that this happens in, or this may be the season of your life that this will be concluded in. You know what I'm saying? Or you may very well be going through all seasons, trying to find the center balance for yourself. But yeah, in most tarot cards, though, I just don't relate the imagery with the Wheel of Fortune, that meaning by itself. So it's very a card I don't like to see show up when I'm actually doing my readings. But if it's there, you're gonna get something out of it. I mean, I'm gonna see something there. I'm gonna relate something. It just may not be what the guidebook is telling us that it should mean. Okay. These to me should be with the Wheel of Fortune like varied, unpredictable turning points. You can't predict what's going to happen here. This is the one with the dung beetle. Is the only thing I can see you can predict because he knows where he's going. The crows are very good navigators. The dung beetle is a very good navigator. So it's removing the chance out of this card here for me. Okay. Destiny should be stepping in here, whether it be good or bad luck. All right, y'all, that's what I got for you. I want to thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. Let me know your thoughts on the Wheel of Fortune card and how do you feel about it, and interpret it yourself, or how you could see if any of these images connect with you to what you believe the Wheel of Fortune, or what you have learned that the Wheel of Fortune could mean. I want to thank you for your patience. Thank you for being here. Like, comment, share it again. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed to this channel. Peace.